As we all know, life can change in an instant, and that instant for Wayne Gillis happened when he was on a motorcycle and was involved in an accident that left him in a coma for 6 weeks. He woke up to the sounds of his wife sitting beside his side. It changed his life. He talks about his accident in a book called Moving Forward, and Wayne Gillis joins us in the studio to talk about that moment and life after. Wayne, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Tina.
Tell me about the accident and how it happened.
Quite simply, the accident occurred in Lance. I was going to fix a gentleman's computer, and I was on my motorcycle driving down there, and a pickup truck turned left in front of me. So I stopped rather quickly, and from that collision, there was a lot of physical injuries, including the 7 broken ribs, ruptured spleen, bruised liver, torn bowel, and a bilateral pneumothorax, or 2 punctured lungs. But the biggest vice was the closed head traumatic brain injury I received. That's the one that started my life over again.
In a coma for 6 weeks, do you remember anything about that time?
No.
A lot of people ask you about that.
No, I guess through memories and thoughts of others, I get a picture of that, but I guess the doctors, the medical team chose to put me on a chemically induced coma to keep my intracranial brain pressure down, because like a sprained thumb, my brain was swelling and the pressure was building inside my head. They kept me on a coma, or they kept me in the coma to keep my body movement down to nothing so that I could physically recover back to the point where my body could start healing on its own again.
At the time, you just had a new baby?
Yes, he was 4 months old, and I do not recall, I haven't forgot, but I do not recall the first year and a half of his life.
Is that right? I can't imagine what that has left you with and how you move forward. So how do you move forward from something like this?
Well, I think the one thing that I take from this whole tumultuous event of everything is that adaptation to your lifestyle direction is key. I'd rather adapt than react, because reacting, you kind of just have to choose what you can do and how you hit or miss. Can I get it right? Can I get it wrong? But if you adapt, you take a proactive choice in the matter and you direct your life. So I'm not happy the accident happened, but I'm very grateful it did, because it gave me a perspective that you cannot get from reading information on brain injuries, reading information on trauma. Living it gave me the realness of what life is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel like your second chance?
There's no question. I mean, not in a religious sense, of course, but I have been born again. I've been giving a new flavor on this game called life. I think that's important to remember, that life is like a game, and you deal with it like a poker game. Whatever cards you're dealt, you make the best hands you can. And I'm alive, so I chose not to fold. I just kept moving forward. No pun intended.
I think it's a great title.
Yes, it fits quite well.
It does. A lot of people could say, why me? Why did this happen to me? And be bitter about it. You are on a completely different path. I can see that talking to you. You are truly moving forward.
No question. I believe that's really what we're all said to do. I mean, for millions of years, change has happened. It's pretty much an inevitable thing. But how we choose to adapt to this change is key. And like my father said, that change will always happen, but growth is an option. I choose to grow.
Good for you, Wayne. It's good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
You're going to be at Chapters this weekend. Your book signing is tomorrow from 2 to 6, I believe, or 2 to 4?
2 to 4, correct.
Okay, Chapters, and that's in Bears Lake. Thank you so much. It was always good to see you.
Thank you.
Went to high school with you.
Yes, you did.
Do you remember Mr. West?
Yes, I
math
certainly
class?
do. Yes.
Remember we had a bet on that math test?
That was the best class going.
Do you remember who won?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Brain injury. See, brain injury. I don't remember.
Thanks, Wayne. We'll be back with more CTV Morning Live coming up in a few minutes.
Take care.